All right. Good afternoon. My name is Mary Myers. I'm the Director of Business Development at the Baraga County EDC, and thank you for joining us today. I'm going to be going over some resources that we have in-house, the Zoom Prospector tool, Lightcast. I'll be highlighting the 2022 Baraga County Data Booklet, and then our in-plan software. So data isn't always the most exciting thing, but all of these items can help you better position your business for economic success in the future. If you do have any questions throughout the webinar, please feel free to ask those and I'll get to them at the end. The first tool I'm going to go over, you can use on your own at no cost, and that is Zoom Prospector. This is the largest national site selection website. It speeds up and simplifies the process of site selection analysis for companies so that they can quickly identify the best location for either their business startup, expansion, or relocation. When someone asks me for assistance in helping find a location for their business, this is the website that I use. The nice thing about the website is they do currently have a contract with the state. So if the property is listed through a realtor and has an MLS listing or a CBOR, those are automatically uploaded into the system. And then if you have a property that's for sale or leased by owner, those need to manually be entered in. So I will do that. And if you know of anybody, or if you have a property that you'd like to get added to the site, just reach out to me. It's a great free way to help market your property. So what I'll do is I will pull up the website, and how you access that is by going to keweenawbay.org/EDC, which I have pulled up here. You'll click on the three bars in the upper right-hand corner and click on the plus sign for economic development and just go to find real estate. The tool will pull up below here, but to make my life a little bit easier, I have made it so that it is a large size. So I have it pulled up here. So this is what the tool looks like. You can search by city. You can search throughout the entire UP, but the web on ours, it automatically defaults to Baraga County. So I will just pull that up so you can get a view of what it looks like. These are all of the properties that are current in land that's currently available and showing in the system. The tool has a lot of cool features. So say that you have somebody who needs to be close to or is looking for incentives. You can do map layers, and if you click on them, it'll show you where all of the tax credits or incentives are for whatever you're selecting. And then it'll show you what properties are available in that area. There's a lot of cool things that you can do in here. You can look to see where broadband is at. Maybe you want to know where all of the railroad lines go. You can click on that. So there's quite a few different things that you can do. Another thing you can do, I'll just click on one of the buildings that's for sale currently. This can all be exported into a PDF document. You can share it via email with a link. You can share it on your social media. There's a whole lot of different ways that you can do that. The information down here is either automatically is information that I upload, or it's stuff that comes from the listing itself. And then they do expire after 6 months. The other cool thing about it, and you can renew that once the expiration is up. The other cool thing is, say that somebody from outside of the area is looking at this property and they want to know what the demographics are from where this property is. That is all available up here. So it's all the data is available in one spot. They don't have to click to a bunch of different websites to find what the demographics are, what the labor force is, what wages are. So that's another part of this tool that's really great, is you can access and view all of this data for free at your own time. If you're not even looking for a building or land and you're just looking for data, you can go into the Explore Community section. You can click up top here, wherever you want to look. I'm just going to put Baraga County in here. Click on it, and then it'll give you the population. It'll give you all of the data that's listed up here. It also can give you projections on some of the information. You can click around on it. Some of them are interactive, which is really nice. If you go to the I think it's a demographic. Yes, the demographic. Say that you want to look 15 miles outside of Baraga County. It'll give you that radius. Or like I do this all the time. If you want to do it in minutes, if you want to look 15 minutes outside of it, you can do that as well. So that's some of the cool things about this tool. The other thing is you can compare communities. So say that somebody is looking at a house and they're looking at either Baraga or they're looking at lots. Is it going to pull it up? I just had it earlier, so I know what's in there. Oh, it might not be doing it because I'm doing counties. That's probably what it is. But you can compare the two, and it'll show side-by-side comparison. So here, I'll do it this way. I know they're not very far apart, but it's just a way to show the comparisons that they do. So in here, you can click on things, age demographic or age distribution, and it's going to compare the two communities to one another. Same with labor force. You can click on all of this. All of these can be exported through those links, through PDF or social media. You can share them too. So I always like to share this tool just because it's a free tool that you can utilize, and you can get there just from our website, as I mentioned. So the next tool that I'm going to talk about is Lightcast. This is an internal tool that can pull a lot of different types of data. I use it most with helping create the data booklet that I'll highlight in a little bit here. Another really popular request that I get out of this tool a lot is for wage studies, and I'll pull up an example of what one of those reports looks like. You can use these for strategic planning efforts or employee attraction and retention efforts. If you were looking to open a second location, we can pull industry or workforce availability in another location in the UP so that you can see that. Another part of the tool is the workforce analytics. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on that today, but this portion of the tool can help businesses with talent attraction. It pulls from over 100 million profiles so that you can pinpoint alumni who have left the area, see their specific profiles that match your business criteria, and find the skill sets that your business is looking for. So they're very detailed reports that get down to resume level. And if it's something that you're interested in, feel free to reach out to me directly. It's better to do that in person than over the phones, just so that you can walk through the tool and play around with it. And then lastly, another one that I'll pull up is an example of the regional dashboard. I pull this often, and it just kind of gives a snapshot of the community that's being pulled. So I will pull that up. Again, this is an internal tool, so I would pull these reports for you and send them to you. But I'll show you an example of that regional dashboard. So this shows a lot of good data on the community that's being pulled. One great thing about the reports in Lightcast is they can all be exported into PDF, and that's how I would send it to you. For reports like this, I can send it to you, or like I said, we can schedule a time to sit down and go more in depth over it. If you're looking for projections in population, what your industry is going to look like in 5 to 10 years, etc., this tool can do all of that. Some of the data that's in here, you can see has the population, regional employment, median household income, You scroll down and it'll give you a comparison of other communities that are similar to Baraga and where they're at with the same cost of living, GRP, imports. It'll give you a labor force breakdown, educational attainment. You can look at unemployment demographics in here. It just gives you a whole lot of information, population, historic, and projected trends. So you can play around with it and hover over things as well, and it'll jump to the reports that you're looking for. It gives you a commuter map, inbound and outbound migration. There's a whole lot of stuff. So if this is something they're interested, just let me know and I'd be more than happy to send this over to you. The other report that I wanted to show you an example of is a wage report. So a lot of people, especially with the talent crisis where it's at right now, a lot of people are reaching out just to make sure that they're paying their employees an appropriate amount. So for this example, I just did welders in Baraga County. If you scroll down, it'll give you that compensation range of what people are paying welders in Baraga County. Here you can see the demand and jobs. So this is actually pulling from the job postings analytics that are a part of the program. I can kind of briefly go over that as well after this, but if you scroll down, it'll give you the supply of the jobs in the community. You can do this for, say that you want to look in 4 different areas of the UP. I can put all 4 of those in here. So if you wanted to do Baraga, Marquette, Keweenaw, and Iron County, I could put all of those in there and it would give you the wage for all 4 of those communities into one compensation. I can do it for the UP. Once you start getting down into, if you're asking for a specific city or village or township, that's where it gets a little iffy and it might come back as not available, just because they don't want to single out. If you only had one company that had welders, you don't want to single out and show how much that one company is paying. So if there are less than 10 jobs in the area for the position, then it will most likely come up as not available. So as I mentioned, there is the job postings portion of this tool as well. Just very briefly, I'll put welders in here and I'll search for Baraga County. This is going to show the job postings for welding. So see, there's not a lot that are being posted under this, so it's coming up as NA, but you can see here Laser North, a business that's unclassified, have all posted for welders, and then it can give you the last 12 months, 30 days, 5 years. The great thing about this is a lot of people will look at this when they're trying to cross-train employees. So maybe you're looking for a welder and they don't have any qualifications, but if they have qualifications of X, Y, Z, and they can be cross-trained, you can look at the educational breakdown of what these positions have to do that. So this is another really useful tool as well. All right, so we're going to jump into the Baraga County data booklet now. This is a perfect segue. A lot of the reports that I pull for the Baraga County data booklet are pulled from Lightcast. So this is what I'm going to go over is just a few of the reports that are in the booklet, but the booklet is available on the website. If you go to keweenawbay.org, the EDC, and you click on that upper right hand corner, there's a section called for useful data, and that's where this book is at. So one of the reports I want to go over is the major industries. Manufacturing and government are 2 of the largest contributing industries to the gross regional product in Baraga County, or GRP. And because these industries have a considerable influence on the local economy, their economic health can be analyzed to make predictions about what the local economy as a whole and why it's important to track their employment trends. So over the last 10 years, the manufacturing industry has seen steady growth. Fabricated metal product manufacturing and wood product manufacturing are showing the largest increase in the sector. And in the next 10 years, it's expected to see an increase in agricultural, construction, and mining, machining, manufacturing. And then government, it has seen a steady decline in the last 10 years and is projected to continue to see a steady decline. Now, that's just a projection, so you never know, it could completely change next year. Another one to highlight is the estimated growth of population of the county over the next 10 years. So Baraga is expected to see a significant increase in the population, and it possibly could be influenced by individuals relocating for employment opportunities. This is in line with what we're projected to see for the entire UP and just overall the state. They're both projected to see an increase. These two graphs show the projected growth of number of jobs in the county and the Upper Peninsula. So as shown on the previous slide, this is important to track as it can present the opportunity for new residents to move into the region, contributing to the local tax base. So Baraga County's population is projected to experience an increase from 3,064 to 3,484, which is a 14% increase. And then the Upper Peninsula is projected to go from 119 to 136, which is a 14% increase. You can also see the average current salary for the county and the UP down here, for the UP and Baraga, which Baraga is showing a slightly higher average salary as of 2021 than the UP. And I just want to note that that data does lag by a year. That's why it's 2021. So next year we'll have 2022 available. And then lastly, the other one that I want to highlight is real estate. Housing is a hot topic in just about every conversation we have as economic developers, which is why it's important to track real estate sales. Here you can see that the overall quantity of properties sold compared to the previous year was down from 213 to 186. The residential section saw a significant reduction of number of sales, and that's most likely just due to the inventory just not being available. The housing market crisis is a national issue, and we're hoping will level out in the next couple of years, but this isn't just Baraga County. This is something that we're seeing across the entire country. So just as I mentioned previously, this is not the full data booklet that can be found on the website. This is just a glance of it. So I'd encourage you to check that out. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. So the last tool that I want to go over is InPlan. This tool is used to show the impacts of an event or even a business. It provides more detailed information than what the Lightcast report offers. I've used it recently with clients to show the impact of attraction projects to help with their grant application, and also to show the impacts of events like the UP 200 or Folk Fest in Manistee. So the tool does require inputs from whoever I'm working with. So this slide is just an example. So if you want to see the benefit of your business in the community, you can see that putting in the employee number is good. But if you gave me their wages and corporate profits, their taxes on production, etc., it would give you a much better analysis at the end. We can help with events by providing you with example surveys and to show you the basics of what type of data you should be getting from the report. Because there is a lot of work that goes into these reports, there is a cost associated with them. So feel free to reach out, and that's something that we can talk about. But for example, if you had an event, some things that we would want to know is maybe how many people were at the event. You might want to do a survey to see how much people are spending at your local restaurants on gas, if they're spending the night, and how much they're spending on lodging. And we can help you with all of that information as well. So here's just an example of what that impact report can look like. This was done on the LSCP, but what you'll get out of it is you will get the local tax results. So a lot of people will use this to show the impact that you're having to the county, state, and federal taxes. You'll get information to show how many jobs the potential expansion or event is creating in the community, how much labor income it's creating in the community. And then it'll break it down to show you what specific industries are being affected. So, for example, if you have an event, it's going to show you how much money from your event is generating money into a restaurant industry or the hotel industry. It just depends on what information you provide to us. So with that, I'm keeping it short and sweet for you. And here's my contact information if you do have any questions. I appreciate you tuning in. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.